What's going on, guys? Slickby here, and today we're going to be revisiting Days of War. The video yesterday did so well that I wanted to post it again. Not only because it did well, but this game is a hell of a lot of fun to play. So this is just a simple game on quarantine night that I played like 35 minutes ago by myself. I used the Car 98K only this game. I used the scope variant and I used the normal variant. And I just wanted to talk about this game a little bit because I'm sure some people are interested in buying it, interested in how to get it. People were confused. It kind of swept through YouTube by storm. You know, it was kind of like out of nowhere. There were a couple little channels covering it. I'm not saying I'm not little. I'm pretty little too. But there's a couple smaller channels covering it prior, but that was their bread and butter. So this game is a first-person shooter. The best way I could describe it is it's a very twitchy, sensitive, arcadey kind of shooter. It's not necessarily realistic, although the damage models, or player damage models, character models, whatever, they die through realistic damage, I would say. You know, like a Car 98 shot to the chest will kill a man in one shot. Headshots kill people effectively. Same thing with most guns. Most guns act very realistic. They sound great. They have good recoil. You can't just spray around like a crazy man. And running around corners and stuff like that is very deadly. You might die. I die a couple times in this, but I did have a kind of like streak at the end, which I wanted to show. So now that that's out of the way, how do I feel about the price point? This game is available on Steam Early Access for $25 or $24.99 right now, I think. $24.95, around the $25 mark. Let's just say $25. I think it's worth it if you like shooters, because the game is obviously going to develop, and it might develop so much that they raise the price. I'm going to be honest with you guys, this game has a ton of potential. It's only early access right now. It plays amazing. It looks awesome. It has a almost cartoonish art style, I would say. It's like very poppy colors, very dramatic. It has like, this is the night version of a map. We played this during the day the other day. I know it's in Baron's video. It looks dramatic during the day, and it looks dramatic during the night. When we were assaulting the beaches yesterday, I mean, it was like this atmosphere. There's like a little bit of mist everywhere, and the colors are pretty vibrant. It was cool. So I like the art style of the game. It reminds me almost like BioShock Infinite, truth be told. Just with a little bit more realistic character models and stuff. But the colors and just the models and stuff feel really a lot like that. When you're looking at the game from afar, in terms of scenery and stuff like that, this game looks very detailed. Like when you're just running through the streets and stuff like that, it looks a lot like it looks detailed. You know, like there's gas canisters on this tank that I'm standing on. There's little not roundels, but gun marks for kills, and you know, there's numbers that didn't need to happen. This could have just been a Panzer 38, and it could have just been there. You know, it didn't have to have all this stuff on it. And the same thing with the guns. The guns work pretty well. Again, it's early access. There's some glitches, but the sounds, I really noticed the sounds of this game. There's a lot of cool, interesting little features. So we'll just go over real quick. So you can use a marksman class for each nation. There's America and Germany. You can use the Springfield or the Car 98K. Then there is a semi-automatic rifleman, like a marksman, which is the Gewehr 43 or the M1 Garand, which is usual. There is a assault class, which is a Thompson or an MP40. No, that's either a support class or an assault class. I don't know the exact names, but there's a class with the MP40 and the Thompson. There's a class with the Sturmgewehr and the Browning, so the STG-44 and the Browning, which are like the assault rifles, technically, even though the Browning is, I mean, is it an assault rifle? I guess. It's more like a light machine gun, I would say, but in this game it handles more like an assault rifle. Then there are support class, which gets, for America, they get the M1 carbine, which is that very small caliber, very nice gun to fire. And Germany, they get a CZ, I believe. It's a pistol with a stock, and it's automatic, which is pretty interesting. And then they get your specialty classes. There's 2 marksmen on each team, which are scoped either Springfield or Car 98K. There's the LMG guys, which is either an MG42 or a Browning LMG 30 cal. You have to put those MGs on the ground with bipods for you to actually fire them accurately. If you fire them from the hip, they go everywhere. It's absolutely crazy. I think there's 2 bazooka classes, and I might be missing something, but I think that's about it. In the beginning of the video, I do have the screen where you can see all the classes for the Germans. And if you want a more in-depth video on that, just let me know. I'm just giving you my total synopsis. So back to the price point. There's a decent amount of content for the price. I've paid a lot more money for games that have offered less to me. There's not a ton of maps, but I've seen night and day versions of each of the maps. As far as map design goes, I think this is the weakest part of the game. Map design, there's a lot of choke points, and when there's choke points in a game where you can one-shot everybody, it becomes very funneled and you die a lot. Now, that doesn't mean it's necessarily bad, but I thrive when you finally get into the open spaces and you have like a good battle going on. It's really fun. So what I hope is later on down the line they open up the maps a bit more so you can have those battles constantly and you can't just push people into the enemy spawns and stuff like that, because it just gets a little too stuffy, if that makes any sense to you guys, where you're just shooting people and you can't move and it's like a stalemate and it's not super fun. And I think that's the only real downside I've seen to this game so far. Everything else feels pretty cool. It's got like a twitchy vibe. It feels a lot like Insurgency in that aspect, where the sensitivity is pretty high. You can kill people pretty easily. You get these lucky shots, and gameplay is fast and fun. People peek around corners super quick and will one-shot you. There's no kill cam. It's interesting in that aspect. So other than that, I would say the game is worth it. And if you like shooters, if you're waiting on a shooter and you have the money, I would say get it. Now, if you're looking for something that is 100% guaranteed to be great, I wouldn't say buy an early access game, because it's still susceptible to change, you know what I mean? Will you be able to get the $25 out of it? Like, I would say yes. I would say I would probably get my $25 out. It feels like a better Heroes and Generals, which is what I would want from a game that I can pay for. But then again, there aren't vehicles in this game. There's, I'm sure, room for them to be added. They're going to be adding a lot of stuff, and I'm interested to see how this game stacks up against the other World War II shooters coming out. I know they're making a squad World War II mod, which I'm super interested in. There's, I think, Battalion 1944, which looked a lot like this. I thought the running with the Thompson and like the gunplay looked weird, but then again, they were like pre-alpha builds in those trailers, so that's probably why that looked weird. As far as anything else in this game, I think grenades need to be tweaked just because of the animation, not necessarily how much damage they do, but the animation looks like a kind of cheap like little explosion. There's no bullet penetration as I could see. And I think that's about it. Everything else, the UI runs nice. It feels like an old school shooter with just new school graphics strapped on. And I love old games. And I've never had problems with old games just because like they work, they're fun, they do what they're supposed to do, and that's how I feel about this game. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to put the link for the Steam down below so you can go buy it. I'm not paid by them. I didn't have to buy this game. I did get it. I was given it, but then again, that being said, if it was a bad game, I would tell you guys. I wouldn't, you know, I'm not being paid by the company to like sell their game or anything like that. I just want to throw that out there at the end. It's not a sponsored deal or anything like that. I just think that if you're interested in shooters, you like shooters, I think you should check it out. I think you should give it a look. If you don't have the money, or if you have the money and you're not sure about it yet, I would say just sit on it, watch a couple more of my videos. I'll definitely be posting it. And that's how it works. If you guys have it, join my Discord. You can play sometime. If you do have it, tell everybody in the comments what you think about it. You know, let's have a little bit of a discussion. See if people should get it. I think that landing on Omaha, or what was it, whatever, the Normandy landing map was just amazing. Super fun, super cinematic, and it felt awesome. I actually got to defend on it too. I didn't show the footage for that, but me and Baron are going to be playing a lot more of this game and stuff like that, so we'll get cool stuff. I've been trying to round up a squad so we can play. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Objective secured!